Imagine living in biblical times, a world filled with invasions, plagues, and constant warfare. To survive, you had to be tough, really tough. Today, we'll dive into the stories of 5 heroes who showed real courage and determination. They faced powerful enemies, took incredible risks, and etched their names into history as some of the most impressive figures of the Old Testament. Ready? Here's our top 5 most badass heroes of the Bible. At number 5, we have Joab. He was King David's right-hand man, a general tasked with leading Israel's army against powerful enemies. Joab wasn't just a warrior, he did whatever it took, even if it meant making difficult decisions. When David's son Absalom rebelled and tried to take the throne, Joab went against the king's orders and ended the rebellion by eliminating Absalom to protect the kingdom. Joab also played a role in one of the Bible's most controversial stories, helping David in the plan to kill Uriah, Bathsheba's husband. Despite his heroic feats, Joab faced a bitter end. David ordered his execution before he died, a harsh fate for someone who did so much for Israel. But did Joab deserve such a fate? Perhaps he's an example of the harsh consequences of vengeance. In the conflict-ridden world of the Old Testament, loyalty and betrayal had heavy prices. At number 4 is Jael. She wasn't a warrior, nor a military leader, but her courage was extraordinary. During a crucial battle between Israel and the Canaanites, the enemy general Sisera fled after defeat and sought refuge in Jael's tent. She offered him shelter, but when he fell asleep, Jael took a bold and deadly step. She took a tent peg and drove it through his head while he slept. This brave act secured Israel's victory and marked Jael as one of the most daring women in the Bible. Jael didn't need armies or weapons to make such an impact. She's an example of how courage can appear in the most unexpected moments. In third place, we have Jehu, the man known for driving like a madman. In a time of corruption and idolatry, Jehu was chosen by God through the prophet Elisha to be Israel's next king. He took this mission very seriously. In a single day, Jehu managed to eliminate 2 kings, Joram of Israel and Ahaziah of Judah. And he didn't stop there. When he confronted the infamous Queen Jezebel, he ordered her to be thrown from the palace window. After her fall, Jehu carried on his mission, eradicating every trace of Ahab's house and Baal worship, establishing himself as a relentless force of justice. Though his actions were violent, Jehu had a purpose to restore Israel and purify the nation. He was one of the Bible's first examples of a leader who applied justice in a fierce and uncompromising way. In second place, we have Moses. His journey is one of the most incredible in the Bible. From the start, Moses played an intense role. He confronted the Pharaoh of Egypt, challenged pagan gods, and led the people of Israel out of slavery. Even in the wilderness, Moses faced complaints, challenges, and attacks from neighboring tribes. He wasn't just a prophet. Moses was also a military leader, a mediator, and an example of resilience. Though he never entered the Promised Land, his legacy as Israel's liberator lives on to this day. His example shows that a hero isn't just someone who fights with weapons, but someone who carries their people through times of crisis and overcomes hardships with faith and perseverance. Finally, in first place, Samson. Samson's story is full of adventure and conflict. Gifted with superhuman strength, he killed a lion with his bare hands and wreaked havoc against his enemies, the Philistines. In one of his most iconic moments, Samson picked up a donkey's jawbone and used it to defeat 1,000 Philistines. But his story is also a tragedy. He got involved with Delilah, who betrayed him and cut his hair, the source of his strength. Captured and humiliated, Samson prayed to God for one last chance. When his hair grew back, He used all his strength to collapse the pillars of the temple of Dagon, sacrificing his life to destroy his enemies. Samson's story is a powerful reminder of redemption and sacrifice. Even with his flaws, he fulfilled his role as a defender of Israel until his final moment. And there you have it, 5 of the toughest heroes in the Bible. Each of them faced unbelievable challenges, each with their own flaws and triumphs. These stories remind us that even in times of crisis, courage and faith can emerge in unexpected ways. Which of these heroes is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe for more epic stories from the Bible and beyond.